Welcome y'all to Detective Grimoire, a murder mystery that takes place in a small tourist attraction found deep in the marshes, and it might have a supernatural element. We will see. The sequel came out not too long ago, but I wanted to play the first game first, so that's what I'm doing. Let's get into it.
"2025 last night, a murder occurred in a remote part of this swamp. A small tourist attraction, deep within the heart of the marshes.
Hold on. A tourist attraction? Here? I don't get it. Why would anyone come here by choice?
I've explained this already. This area is famous.
Famous. All I read was that some idiot thought they saw an alien here 100 years ago.
Get your facts straight for once. We're talking about a creature that's lived in the swamp for over 60 years.
Okay, so it's a 60-year-old alien. I still don't see why it matters.
If it matters to anyone, it's you. That creature is our prime suspect.
The murder suspect?
That's right. This is no Loch Ness monster. You need to be taking this seriously.
No, look, come on. How am I supposed to arrest something that might not exist?
You've always enjoyed a challenge before. You can start by reading this.
Our case file? There's not a lot of it, is there?
As usual, we only know the bare essentials at this point.
Richard Remington, founder of tourist attraction Boggy's Bog, was found dead outside his office at 20:45 last night. Exact cause of death unknown. 3 small wounds to the chest suggest an attack from a clawed creature. Slime around the wound and footprints found at the scene suggest the culprit was Boggy, the legendary swamp creature. Any of the 7 other people present in the swamp last night could hold vital information. Three small wounds. Suspect. Is this an artist rendition or is this a photograph?
Our murder victim, Richard Remington, he was in charge of this, tourist attraction. Boggy's Bog? What a name.
Boggy is the name of our creature. Well, nowadays it is.
You mean that stupid cartoon character? I've heard of him. That thing is our murder suspect?
There's more to Boggy than the cartoon character, I promise you. This is the place it all began. You'll find out soon enough.
Chapter 1. A swamp full of secrets.
Your case file's in the top right.
Okay.
You can look at your clues and suspect profiles in here. When you've collected some, of course. I'll stay and guard our boat, so if you're confused, come back here and I'll help you.
It's not been officially cited for 60
Not
years.
suspicious.
Murder victim.
Not suspicious. Suspicious!
Serious unarmed wounds.
Suspicious.
Okay. Don't quite know how this game works yet, but we'll figure it out together. Ooh, okay.
simple wooden dock. Looks like it can just about hold my weight. That's where I need to go. I can switch to walk mode with the button in the bottom right. Oh, and if I'm feeling confident, I can turn off those sparkly hit icons in the options menu. That's where I need to... I can switch to walk... Oh, and I can turn...
Oh! Wow, you didn't get lost yet.
No, well, I only just got here. Who are you?
You don't remember. Of course, you're not great at remembering. I should be offended, though.
From the fairground. Is this the fairground?
You're that weird girl from the fairground.
Saw your hat blow through here already. You must be slow, if it wouldn't even wait for you.
Well, if you'll let me, I'd better go after it. You can wait here and be
You'll
faithful.
get lost. I would never forgive myself if I let you go through without the map.
You have a map of the swamp?
Not anymore. I'm giving it to you.
You should really stay here. It's dangerous. There's been a murder. Although I suppose you know all about it already?
They're saying it was the creature, but it can't be him. He doesn't seem like a killing sort of creature. Nope. He's a different sort of creature.
Wait, what do you mean? If you... she disappeared.
Well, that's not suspicious.
I might pretend I imagined her.
Is she in my suspects file? She's not. Okay.
Is an opportunity for a photographic memento. The two characters are an explorer and Boggy himself. Are they... fighting? It's an old statue of Boggy. His feet are hidden in a bucket of murky water. Just an odd old tree. The fence that seems to surround this entire area. I still don't quite understand why we have a tourist attraction here. Don't forget to use walk mode to... Just my luck, the gate's closed. Looks like I can move these metal latches around. I should just have to slide at least one of them out of the bottom of the lock. Then I'll be able to get through this gate. Probably.
How does... Oh, okay.
Hey, nice. I might get one of these from my office.
It's a little too easy for that dude.
This is the tourist attraction? The whole thing just doesn't make sense to me. Let's do some thinking. Drag any two stray thoughts into those slots at the bottom. And flick through the connecting statements in between to make a sentence.
Okay.
Tap the confirm button to try it out. I just have to focus my thoughts and reach a conclusion. Boggy's Bog seems like the middle of nowhere.
The tourist attraction is far too remote for... No, swamp is far too remote for the tourist attraction to make any money. Yeah. Okay.
The swamp is far too remote for the tourist attraction to make any money. It's really bugging me. What's the story behind this place? Note to self, don't fall in. There's a hollow part of the tree right at the front, but it's too dark to see inside.
There's something there.
There's a hollow...
Come on, pop up again so I can click on it. Come on, come on, come on. Are you not gonna show up again?
Those trees are more dense. It's like a forest back there.
I saw a pair of eyes, dude.
Those trees are more dense. It's a fork in the road. How non-linear. It's a fork in the road. Apparently, there's a museum to the left and a cafe to the right. I'm not hungry, though. This place is putting me off food. A rather prominent tree stump looming over the wooden pathway. It's hard to ignore. Looks like this path leads towards the northwest corner of Boggy's Bog. I can't wait.
Protest.
I should visit the crime scene before I do anything else. I think Officer James said it was to the west. Looks like this path. There's a narrow path here leading up that hill and through the trees. It doesn't look inviting. I'm not sure it's part of the tourist attraction. There's a narrow path here. It doesn't... Rocks sitting in the water like stepping stones. If that was a natural occurrence, it's a very convenient one. Rocks sitting in the water.
Here's the crime scene.
There are bizarre footprints with 3 toes leading up to the office door and back down into those reeds by the water. So, this is where they found Remington's body.
Boggy's Bog, outside the office. Any of the 7 other people present in the swamp last night could hold vital information. Okay. A map of tourist attraction Boggy's Bog, generously donated by the mysterious little girl at the entrance. When I'm exploring the swamp, I can access my map from the map button in the corner. Okay. These sparkly thingies is actually kind of obnoxious, so maybe I will turn them off. For now.
I can't get in here without a key. And I don't feel like kicking the door down. Maybe if I get desperate later on. There's an open window above Remington's body. One of the curtains is ripped and hanging on the outside. I don't like it here. There are bizarre and back down. I don't like... There are bizarre and back down into those reeds. What's this? There's a lockpick dropped amongst the weeds down here in the water. I just have to work out which vine to break and tap that button. That's the one, but I wonder where this lockpick came from.
Good question. A lockpick discarded near the entrance to Remington's office, covered in a strange liquid slime. Most likely used by the murderer to break into the Remington's office. Okay.
The strange footprints stop right by these reeds. Maybe I should take a closer look. Maybe I can move some of them out of the way. A strange pair of green flippers, badly hidden in the reeds outside the office.
So someone pretended to be Boggy and murdered him. Maybe I will turn it back on. Oh, right, and I used my lockpick to open a door.
I can't get in here without a key. Maybe if I get...
So how do I use an item? not use it?
Ah, some suspects.
Don't say it out loud, dude.
Let's get this investigation started. All right, let's see. Another suspect for my notebook.
That's a little rude.
No, I'm sorry. Did I say that bit out loud?
Exactly.
Maybe not. Maybe I can hear your thoughts.
So would you be able to answer my questions before I asked you?
Would you be able to question my answers before I tell you?
I could try.
I'm Bobby Burl, professional cameraman. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Detective Grimoire. I'm here to investigate last night's murder. Obviously.
Grimoire. Strange. Is that your first name?
It's actually my 23rd name, but it's the one I like the best.
Your job last
So you already told me what you do, but now, why would a cameraman be working here?
I go where I'm needed. Vincent wanted to come to the swamp, and I was happy to help.
Vincent Vanderpeer. You mean that man standing on that rock over there?
That's right. I've worked with him for many years.
Is he your boss?
Oh, I don't know about that. We work together. He's tried to film here before, but he never got permission until about a week ago.
Oh, really? But why did you want to come here in the first place?
If you're looking for a reason to write down in your notebook, I'm sure he can tell you if you ask him. I'm just the guy who carries around the camera.
You always carry that camera with you?
Most of the time.
I bet it's to what's it called? When the people that try to prove that something's not real, so this guy's probably trying to prove that Boggy's not a real thing.
You were here yesterday, I presume? Last night?
Yes, I was.
Here, in this clearing?
No, I was over at the cafe getting something to eat. Richard Remington was there too.
Remington? You saw him last night? Just before the murder?
That's right, I saw him. He left the cafe looking rather ill. I offered to help, but he just wanted to go back to his office. He looked like he had a lot on his mind.
He was ill yesterday?
Perhaps it was something he ate.
Okay.
Yes, do you have a message for me?
No, I don't think so.
Then why are you here? I'm incredibly busy.
You don't look it. Who are you, anyway?
What a question. You're serious? I am Vincent Vanderpeer.
The famous movie director?
The artist, the visionary, the auteur. I'm a man of many talents.
Okay, so maybe he wasn't trying to disprove Boggy exists. Maybe he's trying to make a movie about Boggy. Let's hope you have a talent for answering my questions. That is a very talented beard you've got, at least. I heard your work has gone downhill lately. No, that's bad. He looks like he has an ego. So we'll go with slightly sarcastic.
That is a very talented beard you've got, at least.
You're in my light. Could you take a few steps back, please?
But then I'd be too far away to talk to you.
I know.
Can anyone just walk in here and start filming?
Has always had permission from. Only recently got permission from. Vincent Vanderpeer. Only recently got permission from Richard Remington to murder the victim, to leave the swamp forever, to film here in the swamp.
Vincent Vanderpeer only recently got permission from Richard Remington to film here in the swamp. I wonder if Mr. Vanderpeer has been breaking rules. Or maybe he'll have an excuse.
Challenge topic will now be available when talking to Vincent. Find the truth. Alright.
What's a famous guy like you doing in a place like this?
Quite. I'm sure you're thinking, why doesn't he send an assistant? But that's not the way this director works.
But what are you doing?
I'm feeling, I'm experiencing, I'm discovering. This area, the history, the atmosphere, it's the perfect setting for my next film. I'm on a scouting mission to get to know this swamp before I begin work on the latest masterpiece in a string of masterpieces.
So he's just...
You're making a movie about Boggy? About the swamp creature?
Uh-huh.
Of course. He's a fascinating individual, isn't he? So mysterious.
No idea. I haven't met him yet. Is that your cameraman over there?
Yes, that's right. Bobby Burl, my faithful right-hand man. Well, faithful enough, you know.
No, I don't know.
He's an expert cameraman. Really knows his trade, of course. But he gets a bit muddled when it comes to priorities.
Like how? You mean he's lazy? He doesn't look lazy. He looks a bit scary.
Oh no, nothing of the sort. He just has a little hobby that sometimes distracts him from his work.
Oh.
But I wouldn't want anyone else shooting for me.
Were you working yesterday? Here in the swamp, I mean?
Indeed I was working, very hard indeed, well into the night.
Hard work, is it? Getting to know the swamp?
You jest, but yesterday I was getting even more involved than usual, yes. Difficult to comprehend, I know.
So what kind of work were you doing?
Well, I was, unable to find my faithful cameraman last night. He had hidden himself quite completely from view.
Bobby Burl, right? Did you need him to film for you?
Always. But being a resourceful type of man, I stepped up and took on the responsibility myself. I was filming in this exact area, in fact.
You were filming? Last night? Here?
Yes, at the time of the murder, I believe. But wait, I know what you're thinking. Now, don't forget, I'm not here to shoot some experimental documentary. I have no interest in late-night surveillance footage.
Did you see anything at all? What is it you were filming?
The water. I was filming the water. It's a fascinating subject, one that has me captivated to the point where
So, you didn't see anything useful? Got excited there for a minute.
Nothing useful to you, my good detective. But there are some odd sounds on the audio track.
Oh.
Nothing but wild animals going about their nighttime rituals, I'm sure.
Is there something I should ask the cameraman?
To ask the cameraman, what was he doing? Lied to me, told me that was one of the reasons. Doesn't explain why. Came to the swamp and the first was the murderer, was nowhere to be found last night. Was so useless, came to the swamp in the first place. Told me that Burl's camera. Oh, that's not right. Vincent Vanderpeer told me that Bobby Burl was nowhere to be found last night. Is my guess.
Vincent Vanderpeer told me that Bobby Burl was nowhere to be found last night. Simple enough. What was Mr. Burl doing last night that meant he couldn't help out his boss? I heard this isn't the first time you've tried to film here.
Where? In the swamp? What are you talking about?
Remington has denied you the filming permission in the past. Never found, here we go.
Remington has denied you the filming permission in the past.
Oh, that. Nothing but the natural process of being in a profession like mine. Every situation simply requires the right approach before the gears start turning smoothly. You understand, I'm sure.
Why did Remington not want you filming here? And why did he change his mind?
It wasn't even up to him. This area is protected, you know. There are certain rules, certain regulations. I encounter this kind of thing all the time, really.
That doesn't explain why he changed his tune. It's a little suspicious.
Why would you say that?
A famous movie director suddenly gets his way.
I don't actually think it's that weird.
I wonder how that happened. Time to use my notebook. Just drag an item onto the paper to draw the idea.
Drag an item into the question mark to draw it. I am famous, I am the boss. Well, yeah, money is my first idea. That's the obvious
Right.
answer.
That's the one. I think you bribed Remington to get the filming rights.
Well, bribe is a strong word.
Yeah, isn't he just
It was
paying
just a
him?
little arrangement between friends. Nothing worth getting upset about. I simply promised him a cut of my next movie's profits. It made sense, since he owned the area anyway. Just a favor for a favor.
Yeah, you're just
So you would
paying.
have owed him money.
Only a small percentage, simply out of courtesy. And not for a long time, either.
Footage recorded last night at the exact time of the murder, filmed by Vincent Vanderpeer in the clearing on the west side of the swamp near the crime scene. There's nothing to see, but various clues can be heard on the audio track. Listen to them in order. Well, that sounds suspicious. Huh. Okay.
Oh?
Does he have anything else to add? Okay.
I heard from Mr. Vanderpeer over there that you were nowhere to be found last night.
Didn't I say I was at the cafe?
Yeah, you did. But your director needed you for some filming, and he couldn't find you. What were you doing that was so important?
Well, let's see. After I ate, I had to walk around the swamp. I didn't have my camera, so I was free to stretch my legs for once.
Where was your camera? Don't you carry it around with you all the time?
Vanderpeer
No,
had it.
not all the time.
He left it with Vanderpeer and he used it instead. Yeah.
You left it with Vanderpeer, and he used it instead that night.
That's right, he was looking after that camera. So I went for a late-night stroll. This place is beautiful in the evenings.
You just walked around? You didn't do anything? Didn't see anyone?
Well, I can't say that. I have various ways to pass the time, you know.
Vanderpeer said you had a hobby on the side. Yeah.
Vanderpeer said you had a hobby on the side.
Is that what he said? Well, yes, he's right. I brought 2 cameras with me when I came here. I left my video camera, yes. But I have another one. It's much smaller, and it only takes black and white photographs. You know the kind I mean?
A really old one?
Yes, I suppose so. I've always enjoyed traditional photography, and this place is a wonderful opportunity to take some pictures of a natural environment.
So, you were having some time off to take black and white photographs? For fun?
Only one photograph. You have to be disciplined when you're not using a digital camera.
Can I see it?
Of course. I took it near the woods at the back of the swamp. It's quite an interesting shot, but the light qualities weren't perfect. Here we are. Feel free to take a look.
Wait, what? This is a photo?
I haven't developed it yet. I only took it last night. Just brush the developing fluid over the photo to reveal the image.
Developing fluid. Oh, shoot. That's frickin' boggy.
What? Is that Boggy? The swamp creature just standing in the water?
It could be. Personally, I'm not convinced, but I'll let you decide for yourself.
A blurry photograph taken by Bobby Burrell shortly before the murder. It shows something that looks like Boggy in the woods at the back of the swamp. The being in the photo seems to have long legs, and you don't see its flippers. Does Boggy even have flippers for feet? Okay. Interesting.